Hello everyone, my name is Saurabh Pant and I hope you're doing very fine at your home. So we are now around 18-19 days away from the NEET examination, and by the time you may see this video it might be 15 days also, 10 days also. What has to be done? Because panic will be there, I can understand. But at the same time understand the people who can come across this panic, they will actually succeed. And for that you need some basic fact, some basic methodology that toppers are using every year to get a good seat. First, in the final few days, write as many full syllabus tests as possible. What's the objective of writing full syllabus test? Sir, I get less marks, I feel demotivated by the test. Why should I write it? It gives you a rhythm. In the last 10, 15 days, 20 days, what exactly has to be done on daily basis depends upon the test you have written one day prior to that day. For example, today if you write the test from 2 to 5 p.m., let's say full syllabus test you have written. By the evening, around 6 p.m. to around 10:30 till the night or 11 till the night, whatever the time you study, you will be only working upon the conceptual errors, subject mistakes in that paper specifically. So it gave you the rhythm to revise physics, chemistry and biology simultaneously immediately after the paper because of the errors you have committed over there. It's very important to have a good question bank for practicing that, because otherwise the questions will be repeated, the models will be repeated, and it may give you the false sense of illusion that probably your preparation is going much better in the second half of the grand test writing or full syllabus test writing, because the questions will start repeating. So if you have a question bank variety, like a single specific space from where you can get, single institute from where you can get all the paper, that would be better, because there the chances of repetitions are lesser. Second, in the final few days when you are writing the face examination, it will also make you understand, apart from the concept mistake that you will work upon, you will read it, you will write it so that you can revise it before every other grand test or every other face examination, every other full syllabus test. Apart from that, you should also understand there are two types of silly mistake and you should mark that in your paper. Your brain can analyze everything very well without telling it to analyze. It just needs information. And feeding that information is your job in the last 15-20 days. So when you have a silly mistake, when you do a silly mistake like misreading a question, reading true as false, not reading the word false, or correct incorrect mistake you have done, bubbling mistake you might have done, all those you will mark, but you will also mark two things. The silly mistake can happen because of two reasons. Number one, you lost the concentration in the examination and you had enough time and still you were not reading the question well. That is unforced error, and you unfortunately you can't do anything about it. In the last 20 days you have to make sure that your efficiency remain around 80-90%. That's all. That 10-20% marks are going to go anyway. 20-30-40 marks you have to anyway sacrifice in a good paper. So keep that in mind. But plus also there are some mistakes, silly mistakes that you do because of the time pressure. Let's say biology consume too much time, so chemistry and physics would be affected. Biology and chemistry consume too much time, so physics will 100% be affected. But that effect you have to analyze well, because just after the exam you will realize what you were feeling when you were reading this question specifically. Let's say question number 135 you have done wrong. So that feeling, what the feeling was there when you were reading that question 135, even though silly mistake was there, were you under time pressure or not? And if you were, mention their time. Why? You will learn this in the mindset part when I will tell. Third, once you are writing, you are considering all the errors, one specific error will come which people generally ignore, and it has to be considered for NEET examination since last year now. That is wrong selection of question. As the NEET exam is becoming tougher again, there are certain questions which are supposed to be left to save your time, to save your energy, so that you can score maximum possible marks in the examination. So was there a question in the examination which the paper setter has given just to waste your time, or not worth of those 4-5 minutes you might have given to the solving that question, and still you might have got the answer, but it wasted a lot of your time, and because of that, just after that question, time errors might have come, which you might have noted. And in case that happened, that question was a wrong selection. That wrong selection also you should mention very well in that paper, so that when you are going for the next examination, your brain understands that if wrong selections are happening more, your brain will start automatically skipping those questions which appear to be lengthy. But this wrong selection is going to decide a lot of rank, specifically the years when the papers are coming tough. JEE Main is coming better as compared to last year. So we are expecting the NEET to be also on the almost similar pattern as 2025. So in that case, leaving the question will give you more benefit than trying every single question. That used to be the pattern for board examination. That used to be the pattern for NEET examination. This is not the pattern of NEET anymore. So wrong selection also you have to mark. So conceptual mistakes, work upon that. 3, 4 hours, 5 hours it will take after the examination. Next, silly mistakes, mark them time or unforced error. And if the time mistakes are coming after a big question, that means that big question was the wrong selection. Mark that also and let your brain do its job in the next phase examination, next grand test, next full syllabus test. This is the objective of the full syllabus test. Coming to the third point. When we talk about the mindset, what mindset should be there for the student in the last 90-20 days? See, nothing wonderful or nothing disastrous is going to happen in the last 20 days. That is a bittersweet truth. But how you perceive your preparation, if you feel your preparation is going good, you will be happy. If you are happy, your brain will be relaxed, it will be calmed. If the brain is relaxed and calmed, you will be writing your papers better and 30-40 marks difference will come with the same knowledge base. Just because you are feeling happy, because your body is secreting too much of dopamine. Now, what is important at this point, because we search the validation outside, you need to understand that even though you might be feeling you are not as good as your friend or batchmates, probably, but you are still better than many aspirants throughout the country. So your mindset should be clear that I want one seat, and that one seat I can get. Other people are better than me, they can get a better college, but there are enough number of colleges, enough number of seats for each and every one of us who are serious aspirant. So the final mindset should be, you should feel good about your preparation. And how can you feel good about your preparation? When you are consistently writing the face examination, when you are consistently analyzing your paper, working after the examination, and your subject is improving one day after the other. After 3-4 days, you will start getting too much of knowledge. Accumulation will happen. And then you will feel that your preparation is actually going good. That trusting the process, I always say, trust that process. If you are trusting the process by default, you will feel happy about what you are doing. You will feel happy about your preparation. And once you are feeling happy about your preparation, your mood will be good. And I always say this at the last, use easy way. Easy means enjoy, assess your paper and smile yourself. EASY. Enjoy throughout the process. This is the last 20 days here. You are not going to get it back. This much hard you have worked to reach up to here. You may get a seat now. And this tough pressure situation will never come again. Enjoy. Assess the paper. Analyze the paper. After that, smile yourself when the pressure builds up too much. Because the moment you feel too much of pressure, too much of feel like crying and somewhere to ventilate, just do this. And the moment you smile and take a deep breath, you can see my tone also toned down. My BP was also higher as I was guiding you. But this is how it happens. Your brain is completely in your control the moment you smile and take a deep breath. So in the final few days, what we think, what your parents think, what your friends think of you doesn't matter. What you think about your preparation matters the most. And you have to trick your brain to remain happy. This final mindset can actually make your efficiency better. And if you are feeling happy and you are writing the face examination and you see your silly mistakes are reducing, it is not by default. It is because your brain was too much clouded, too much preoccupied by the thought process one day before or in the morning. Too much of thinking and negativity, it was not able to focus in the exam. And as you see the silly mistake reducing, your happiness will start increasing more and more. So basically, I'm relating your silly mistake with your happiness to make sure that you control your happiness, and which is completely in your hand. Before NEET also, after NEET also, your happiness is in your hand, not in someone else's validation. So, final few days are there. Make sure that you work very hard. These are the basic things you should focus upon, and don't skip full syllabus test. If you are preparing in some institute like ours, for example, if you are preparing, we are conducting 14 grand tests now, 14 full syllabus tests now. Don't skip any test. Any test skip means that day might get wasted. So until you are at the top layer of getting the marks and you know exactly what you are doing, don't skip the test in the final few days. That's the fastest way of preparation. All the very best.